Hello, hey YouTuber, it's your old pal Squash Man. You probably clicked on this video because it mentions why I've been gone so long. But before I get onto that, I'm going to mention the other thing that was in the title. My Instagram. My Instagram is Squishy Squash Man. You can easily search it up in the Instagram search. And basically all that's on there is photos of me, videos of me, photos and videos of the stuff around me, and stolen content from Reddit, which you can consider immoral, but let's all be real here. Most of the stuff on Reddit is stolen content anyway. But, going to why I haven't gone so long, the main reason is this. This is a 2009 HP Pavilion that I got, and since it's from 2009, it has not been upgraded. It's slow. It's running on a 5400 RPM hard drive, NVIDIA GeForce 6150 SE Enforce 430 graphics, and it's running on 3 gigs of DDR2 800 RAM. That's all very slow, and another thing is that it's running on a dual-core Athlon 2 X240. And you see, that's bad for video editing because a lot of professional video applications require high-end hardware. It requires at least 16 to 32 gigs of RAM to utilize that. It requires very powerful GPU so it can render faster. It requires a powerful CPU to encode what's being rendered. And it requires an SSD so it can boot up fast because a lot of professional ones are very, very chunky. And another big problem is that I've become a full-on Linux user to the bane of my friends because when you're a Linux user, you gotta advertise it everywhere, right? But seriously, and that's why that pic's there, install Linux. Anyway, but seriously, the reason why Linux is kind of a problem there is because there's just not a lot of video editors for it. Adobe doesn't support it. Apple doesn't support it. And I mean, I wouldn't buy from them anyway. I don't like them as companies. But I really the problem with that is that the only real professional one that people will use is DaVinci Resolve, and it's very limited on Linux. Is that it doesn't support many of the more popular distros. Really, it's only optimized for CentOS. I mean, you could probably do some tweaking with some Arch builds, with like Arch compiling to get it to run well on maybe Arch through like the AUR, because I have heard some good reviews on its submit form in the AUR, or the package details, whatever it's called. You probably won't even understand what that is. I mean, I'm not even running Arch. I'm running Linux Mint here, but I'm planning on moving to Arch. Enough about Linux. I've already bored you enough of stuff you don't care about. Install Linux. Yeah, so I mean, the only real other professional video editor on there is Lightworks, which is insanely overpriced. $439, not even Apple charges that much for Final Cut Pro. And Apple is infamous for overcharging for their products. I mean, and they are overpriced, but that's like for a long time down the way. And the only real big substantial one is KDN Live, and that's more like Final Cut Express or iMovie. It's very limited. I mean, I can still edit videos, but it'd be on my phone using the mobile iMovie, which, I mean, we all know is even more limited than the actual iMovie that you get on Mac OS. So it's going to be a lot, so that's why I haven't gone so long. It's because I've just had some very limited options here. But that's not too bad. I'm planning on building a PC. The only problem is not only will the build be expensive, mainly because of RAM prices skyrocketing and being the size of regularly priced high-end graphics cards, but also because graphics cards are way above MSRP because of the insane amount of people who think they can get money off of crypto mining, buying like 17 GPUs and raising up the price to $1,400 or making them go out of stock. And it's very frustrating for us people who want to be gamers or who want to be video editors. So that's a big problem. So it might be a while before I update you guys again for those two reasons. And now, that may be sad for you, some of you, the people who I don't know personally and go to school with. They'll probably laugh in my face and type furiously in the comments about how Linux is awful. It's not. Okay, Needless Gamer and Bazuzo. But something very important I should mention is that I will come back eventually, because I love my small fan base. I love you guys. I've never really like experienced the amount of fun I've had with YouTube, and I'd really like to come back, but I'm just limited, and that's why I haven't been around. And it's gonna be a while before I come back. It might be another 3 months. It might be more, but I promise one day I will make my return, and you will all love it. So, for now, just subscribe, like the video, and I'll see you soon. Thank you for watching.